Yo, yo, what's up, y'all? This is Mike D from Born Broken, and you're listening to Satya right here live on RadioRiff.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it.
Over a week ago, I had the pleasure of talking with a band that I've wanted to have on the show for quite a while, Dominican prog metalers Nameless Absolution. From the beginning, I've admired their intricate songwriting, their musicianship, and their work ethic. It's not often that all five of them are in the same place at the same time, but we managed to get four of them together for the interview and the promise of a pre-release track from their upcoming EP. We first talked a bit about how their musical incorporates elements of so many different styles. Earlier today, I posted something when I was getting ready to do my interview, and I mentioned that it was like going to the candy store and getting all the best in one bag. Did you guys catch that?
Yeah, getting lost.
What I was trying to say was, if you and I were going to go to a candy store, obviously we'd pick out the flavors we like the best and put them in our bag and take them home. And I feel like your band really captures that for me.
Oh, that means a lot, because we've been playing for a long time, and we're in a country that's not very known for metal and rock, so it means a lot that you liked it, and those words means billion of times to us.
We're really ready for the support and everything. It really means a lot, because just like Prince said, the metal business is something really hard in here. Like going forward with the metal band, it's not any kid's task, and you really need to put some time and put some effort on it. And it's quite a task. And the tale's not all roses and magic. But, we're going forward because we enjoy what we do and we really like it,
Yeah.
All right, let's take a moment to introduce my listeners to who we're talking to. So, Luis, you're on lead vocals. Say hi.
Hi.
There's Luis. And then we have Frank on guitars.
Yeah, that's me.
And Daniel on guitars as well.
Here.
And I believe your bass player's there. Nestor is there.
He's in Spain.
He's in Barcelona.
He's in Barcelona. Whoa. How does that work?
He's coming here in December.
He's coming in December to hang out a bit with us, but he still need to present his thesis.
Yeah, he's coming here in December. Then he's gonna come back to Barcelona and then come back for sure. So
he's getting his doctorate then if he's writing a thesis.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Cool. What is he studying?
I'm not sure.
Engineering.
He's an engineer, a civil engineer. So he finished his career in here, and he's in Barcelona now doing a master in structures, I think.
Yeah.
But all of you are Dominican originally, is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. We have different backgrounds, but we're definitely Dominican.
Now, one of you guys also lives in New Jersey.
Yeah, Mario, our drummer, he came to the country a few days ago with his wife to visit the family. He comes here once in a while, so he came back for some shows.
But the other three of you live in Dominican Republic full time?
Yeah. The three of us live in Dominican Republic.
Sadly.
Yeah, for now.
One of the things that I wondered about when I'm listening to you is, you pull so many different influences, so many different styles into your music that it takes a while to hear everything. But I'm curious, are there elements of your local culture that would be evident? Like, for example, would somebody who's Dominican and in the U.S. listen to your songs and hear something culturally familiar to them?
Not really. We're, there's not so much rock influence, we might say, because the cultural music in here are things like the merengue, and you have a lot of blues elements in there, and
there are definitely artists like Juan Luis Guerra, it's great artists, we all like his music and everything, but we all focus on, we really want to give it out, we focus on what we like. And there are definitely a lot of bands, rock and metal, that are here that have been playing for more than 20 years.
Yeah.
So there's a background there, but I think we just play what we feel and
that is a direct influence.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the typical music is more like rhythmic and groovy. Some things you can relate to blues, to funk, and jazz.
Yeah.
So, for a metal band, we can have the influence as musicians, like the playing style itself, but the music of the band itself, it's metal, and it's directly influenced by bands from America and Europe.
Yeah, like for example, who does influence you? Who do you listen to when you're not making your own stuff?
There's a lot
of we listen
to? Bands. We're we're really open-minded guys, and we have like tastes. But our influence goes from the Beatles and Johnny Cash to Soilwork, Killswitch Engage, Dream Theater, and other bands. And in the playing style, we go from groovy things to really technical things. You know, we're really real fans of versatility, and we like to make our music however it goes out. But you know, we like to make things fresh, well done, and to feel like we're enjoying it. You know, we're really giving a lot from ourselves and doing the best we can do.
Yeah.
When I listen, as I said, I hear so many different elements in your music, and it's at the same time, you take all of that and you make it so cohesive. Like, it works. I'll hear a little thrash section here, and then you'll do this chord progression that totally throws me off, and then you'll like change tempo, and then there'll be this great guitar solo, and then there will be this stuff that's definitely prog sounding. I mean, you just wrap it up in this package in your tunes, and it's so interesting to listen to. I think I listened to the few tracks that I have about 5 times this morning preparing for this because it's so enjoyable, and I hear something new every time.
Yeah,
I'm blushing about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're the typical progressive band. We have different backgrounds, and we all played together. Like, we all had different bands before, and we just reunited, and we've been friends for so long, so it's very comfortable to get together and make new music and have different influences. So.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned it about the cohesive part, because at the end, that's what progressive is all about. You know, we always start making ideas, and we get together with a couple of beers and a couple of guitars any day. And we're like, yes, dude, let's jam and let's see what comes out. So we start jamming, and we're like, oh yeah, I like this riff. This sounds nice. And we start recording it with the cell phone, or we write it in Guitar Pro. And we start, making ideas, and we start brainstorming and thinking how those things would sound nicely together, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what the business is all about, you know? Like to make your ideas the best you can get out of them.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you've known each other for a long time. How long is a long time?
Well, it's like this. The band itself started with 2008, right? 2007?
2007.
2007, and it was formerly known as a project in college, and we just got together. We were in different bands, and especially Mario and me started it, and later we began to play with other guys that were Amauri, like me, Hamlet. But those guys had to leave the band for personal reasons, and I knew Luis Aníbal. I knew him for a long time because we were in a band back in the day called Tefros, and he was our original singer back in that band, so I called him up, and he joined the band. And I knew Danny, I knew him because 2010 or something. He was playing a lot with a couple friends of mine, and Mario knew him, so I kind of just reached out to him, and I told him if he wanted to join. And Nestor also played with us in Tefros, so it was a kind of like the family thing. So we just changed the name, had a new guitar player, and went for it.
Yeah, it's outside of the music part, we've all seen each other someday because you know the metal circle in here in the Dominican Republic is really small. The biggest amount of people you can see in a concert is like 500, 600 people in the best of times. So every time we go to a concert or to a tribute, anything, we usually find each other and in the studio with the rehearsals. There's not too much studio here. Yeah. So we usually find each other, and we have been meeting each other since we were in other bands and like that, you know.
All right, interesting. So what else was I going to ask you guys about? Oh yeah, the name, the band name. You know, Nameless Absolution is a very I don't know if I want to say obscure name or just so out there. Where did you come up with that?
That's a funny story, but it's very simple for us. Just the name Absolution. It has very similar meanings in different subjects. Like in law school, absolution is known to be like the declaration of just release from all guilt, punishment, or obligation, kind of like free from all charges, you know. And in religion, is known to be the declaration of basically forgiveness of all sins. We're not a religious band, but just the term absolution is it's a term that we feel very comfortable because it's just a feeling of release and freedom. The kind of thing you can see it and hear it in our music, and it doesn't really have a name. It's just a feeling and a state of mind that's nameless. So that's what Nameless Absolution means to us.
And of course, one of the first tracks you sent me was called The Nameless, which I absolutely love. I love all your stuff, but
Thank you.
Nameless and Redeemer, I guess, were the first two that you sent to me. Where do all the sound clips come from in the Redeemer, by the way? I wanted to know that.
Oh, those were from the Rocky movie.
Yeah, we're big Rocky fans. We're definitely big Rocky fans since we were kids. We grew up with that, yeah. So it just fit with the lyrics, it fit with the mood of the song, and when I was listening to it, like I was just picturing it, and it just came out. It came out with the Rocky words.
That came out in the last moment.
Yeah, it was in the last moment, and it just fit with the song and the meaning. So it fit pretty well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome! Now I want to go back and watch all the Rocky movies again.
Especially the last one. The last one had a quote that was pretty amazing. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm actually from Pennsylvania, and I've been to those steps that he runs up and down many times, many times. That's originally where I'm from, so that's pretty cool. So you released a preview single for the new EP called Reach the End, and we've been getting really good feedback from our station listeners here at Radio Riff. And what have you guys been hearing about the single? What are people saying to you?
Yeah, people have been liking it a lot. We had a bit more time to coordinate and more organization for the recording itself. So we luckily we reached a better sound quality. Yeah. And since we were working three songs, the last three songs in the last moment, we took a bit more of time, and we took more patience, and more things came out more organized. So we got this sound quality we were actually searching for. People really liked it. Some people say like, oh, I like the Nameless more, but a lot of people really like this one because it's a bit heavier. And metal in the Dominican Republic, they are heavy thing lovers. They don't like so much like technical metal or cute metal. Yeah. They really liked it. It's more progressive, more technical.
It's more complex, I think. Yeah. I think what Danny says is like here in the Dominican Republic, like the metal scene, there's two ways. Either you're very melodic or you're too heavy, and they don't like. People don't really appreciate that much that mix between those things, and we do. So I think we stand out a little bit, maybe just because we're more open-minded to just different genres and styles. So just bring it all together.
Now I want to go find some cute metal. What do you define as cute metal? I'm really curious.
It's because we talk a lot with Ariel, our producer, about this subject. Because when back in the days, what people used to listen to in here were things like Pantera, Lamb of God, like that. Back in the days where Sheldon were alive, and this was this aggressive metal who actually transmitted this aggressive message. And then you see like bands like Sonata Arctica, Stratovarius, things with keyboards and with certain beauty that were different, and not everyone really liked that. That's like this cuteness in metal, not so aggressive, and things were a bit more mythical, a bit more magical. So we're real fans of power metal. Yet we don't have a keyboardist. Yeah. But we like to mix all these elements and the best we can take out of each band that we like.
And not only metal, like we like Luis and I are very known to be fans of Journey and really strong 80s rock bands, 80s bands, like with that melodic tunes, and it fits well with what we're trying to do.
And that was the doorbell. Mario was just getting there, so while he got settled, let's take a few and listen to the first track that the guy sent me from the upcoming EP, which is called Reach the End. Remember, the world premiere of the second track, Days Like Today, is still to come here on the show.
Hey guys, this is Daniel
and Frank
from Nameless Absolution, and you're listening to Satya at RadioRiff.com.
This is our new song called We Reached the End, and single from our upcoming EP.
Always beyond thankful for all the support, and stay tuned.
back with Nameless Absolution, and now we've got Mario as well. Welcome, Mario, to Radio Riff. And we're talking about the upcoming EP. And one of the things I wanted to ask you about was this producer. When I first started to talk to Daniel about the band, he mentioned this producer that you were all really excited about working with.
Yeah, his name is Ariel Sanchez. He works with a lot of Dominican bands, with rock bands, basically. And, you know, he's a guy we respect a lot. He's really nice as a producer. He knows what he's doing. He does an outstanding
He's a friend,
job.
too. So, yeah.
And he's an outstanding musician as well. Frank and I are working with him in a project we have here. And, you know, it's one of the best experiences you can have working with so mature musicians and musicians older than you who can actually teach you something. So he's a guy we really love him and we respect him. And we're really pleased and thankful to work with him.
Yeah, he plays in a band. Check it out. It's really good band from here called Nukes. They play industrial metal. So they're one of the many bands you should look up to in here.
What's the name of the band again?
Nukes.
N-U-X.
Yeah.
NUX. I will totally look them up for sure. Thank you for that, because I do like industrial metal as well.
Yeah, awesome.
How many tracks are going to be on the new EP?
5.
You got
I think
5.
We have 5, but you never know until we release it because we always have new stuff coming up. So there could be 5 or 6. So we'll see.
And do you have a name in mind for it yet?
Not really.
Not really.
Not yet.
We gotta, we still have to think about something that relates to the 5 songs.
Just the album
even
itself.
Indirectly.
Yeah.
Or something that, relates to a beginning, because, the band's been together for a really long time. Now it's that we're actually beginning to make something effective, to record, to
get something out there.
To make music and to get something out there, to let the world know that there's nice metal, nice musicians in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I would agree with that for sure. And we talked a little bit about a release date. Tell me again, when were you thinking it might be coming out?
I think we'll leave that for next year.
Probably early next year?
Or probably early for December. Because we've been releasing one by one to create more expectative and to keep the guys up and checking out the band's stuff, Not like to throw the EP and wait for people to listen to it, because that's clearly not gonna work in here. You have to move yourself, you have to give some publicity to it, and you have to spread the word. So we released one by one just to keep keep having an excuse to talk to people, and we're like, hey, check out my band. Hey, check out our new song. Hey, we're making more. We're making more music for you guys. So stay tuned and blah blah blah.
Do you guys do a lot of actual performing together? Live shows?
At first we were very into the scene. Now we're keeping up because there are not many concerts going on, but each time we get to play, we go for it. So yeah.
Good. And what kind of, you want to tell us about when your upcoming shows are, so people
we have
tell us?
We'll have a show for January 18th. It's called Metal Forever, together with bands like Psycho Heads, like Necro, like Low Distortion. And we're really up to it. It's gonna be in one of the most renowned restaurants that lets metal bands play in it. Here, it's called Cinema Cafe. So we're really up to it. We're gonna start having rehearsals as soon as possible, and up to give the people the best show we can give.
Great. And in researching a little bit about where you are, it's very beautiful there. I can imagine. I mean, it's temperatures like I experienced when I lived in Los Angeles. I love the 70s all year long thing, and it sounds like you're kind of nice like that. So, I'm going to encourage my listeners to take a trip to the Dominican Republic and check these guys out if you have the opportunity to do so. Totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Yeah.
Have you ever been here before?
I have never been there before yet. No. Puerto Rico's as close as I've been.
You should come then.
Yeah, it's
I should come. When I get some money. Right now I crisscross the U.S. a lot because most of my family's on the East Coast and I'm on the West Coast. So that's where most of my flying miles go to.
Yeah, there's always the M word to deal with.
You said that you go a lot to the East Coast. Where do you go?
Well, I'm originally from Pennsylvania, and I know Mario, you live in Jersey.
Yeah.
Or as we used to say, Jersey. I don't know where in Jersey. I have lots of friends out there as well.
Right. It's in Elizabeth.
In Elizabeth, okay, yeah. I actually lived in Bluebell, which is right outside of Philly. I lived there for a while, but I'm originally from central Pennsylvania near Harrisburg, so I know the East Coast pretty damn well. Well,
if you ever go to New York or Jersey, you just hit me out and we'll hang.
I should do that. I'm actually going to be going back home at Christmas time in about a month. I'll be in Pennsylvania, and so
Nice. All right.
around then.
Add me on Facebook and we should chat and everything.
Absolutely. I'd love to do that. I'd totally love to do that. So where can my listeners go to find out more about the band?
Facebook, SoundCloud, Twitter. You guys can follow us on Twitter at AnyBandRD. We're always replying any message you send us, and we're always, keeping up with the fans and interacting. On Facebook, facebook.com/Nameless Absolution, and you can find our SoundCloud channel, soundcloud.com/Nameless Absolution RD. These are the three main pages we keep using and checking every day to stay tuned with the fans,
And that's so smart now because everybody that's in indie music knows that your super fans are what is going to push you forward. And I have to say, I'm becoming one of your super fans. I'm happy to tweet you guys. I'm happy to promote a band that I really think a lot of. So it's really good to do, to keep up with the people that are really listening. That's where indie bands get their support.
Yeah, it's a lot coming from you.
You're getting 4 dudes flushed. So.
Well, it's the truth, though. It's, I have met some really amazing people in the short time, relatively short time that I've been doing internet radio, which is only about 5 years. And I'm always honored and privileged when they tell me how much they appreciate me, but you guys give me the stuff to play. I couldn't do a damn thing if there wasn't such amazing music out there for me to dig up and find. Yeah. So I'm really grateful for that. All of us that are in internet radio, especially in our station, are very aware of just how much there is out there that people need to hear. It's just really exciting to all of us. Now, I wanted to ask you a couple quirky things. For example, I noticed, Daniel, you're a big Batman fan.
Yeah.
So who's your favorite Batman, Daniel?
Oh, actor Christian Bale, definitely.
Well, you'll appreciate this story then. When I lived in Los Angeles, I learned I started teaching Montessori. I'm not sure if you're familiar with what Montessori is, but it's an early child education program. And one year, while I was in Los Angeles, Christian Bale's daughter was in my class.
Oh, wow.
So I got to know him during that year, and he would very often bring her to school with his wife. Oh. And I remember coming in every morning saying "Ciao, Bella" to her, and he would come in and talk about himself. We had parent conferences together, and one time his daughter was acting up a little bit. She was having some issues with another child in the class, and I mentioned this to him, and he said, I taught her that she needs to stand up for herself. She should ask nicely the first time for them to stop, and if they don't stop, she can go ahead and deck them. I said, that sounds like a Welshman, He's an interesting guy, and he's my favorite Batman, too. I thought it was pregnant.
Yeah. It really matter. He can lose weight anytime he wants.
Yeah, I know. He's done it like 3 times, I think. Yeah. Obviously, Mario lives there.
Right, Mario lives there.
I've been
like for 4 months in the
it's been like 7 years I was in Miami last time, The M word we're talking about, it has struck me hard lately.
I think the last time I was in Washington, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of Washington, you may or may not know I live in Washington State, not terribly far from Seattle. So if you ever get in Seattle, you have to look me up. Although that's really far for you to come.
Grunge city, nice.
But I know we need something besides grunge. There's a lot more than grunge in the world. you know, I appreciate all of those artists and stuff, but that's really not my thing so much, you know.
Yeah,
I'd rather listen to metal, so.
Yeah.
I want to take a minute to thank Daniel, Frank, Luis, and Mario for sitting down with me, and now it's time to hear the world premiere of their brand new single, Days Like Today, which is being released tomorrow, but you're hearing it first on Radio Riff.
$7